Welcome everyone to more amazing Epyc Zen4c testing here on this nearly infinite thread 256 threaded AMD Bergamo monster. Given that I have limited access, I need to continue because some days left to access these amazing machines, and I have to say it's obviously a godsend for open source continuous integration, right? Because previously, if you have only one Epyc thread wrapping horizon here, there's only so much you can do. But so, for example, let's wipe the whole build, which continuous integration, right? So, for example, let's quickly test with the latest Python version. Can we still rebuild everything, or will we get new cross Linux corner? What's the difference? 32, whatever, I guess. Cross. What's even the freaking difference? Maybe I should have reviewed the difference before I deleted that. Then let's, it's like nothing like enough threads. Let's locally emerge in this VM Python. There's a new Python version out, right, for those who do the stuff 3.12. And usually some things break. Continuous integration, right? New Python version what breaks. And also, even yesterday, or the last days, we included the glibc CVE moment channel, previous GNU Free Software Foundation shout out. And yeah, do the glibc patches break something, and does this stuff build with Python? Of course, we wouldn't be here, this low-level Linux from scratch development channel. So some build errors, right? What is more the Epyc than thread ripping faster to build errors with 256 Zen4c Bergamo threads? We wouldn't be that low-level channel if we would just wait here and do nothing, because obviously we have stuff to do. Also, yeah, that embarrassingly serial Python. Probably need to do something about that. Maybe throwing some AI for automatically transforming AI-powered parallelizing configure scripts for better scalability. Oops. What we need to do is some build failed. I have here still some build errors left, because obviously are also able. I mean, there's other first things like obviously we have 256 threads. Let's build some stuff. Let's skip A-boot. That's just not on the mirror, because obviously very few people maintain deck alpha stuff. Oops, this is a typo. And welcome everyone. Target, what's in the history? Target config alpha. We have so many threads, it's not even registering in the CPU loader, like whether we continue some deck alpha build or not. It's like, and welcome everyone, Anthony and everyone else tuning in. And so we're waiting for Python build. So now we have the latest Python, right? Would this be Python version, or how do they? 3.12, amazing. So the irony is not even like building T2 Linux for one ISO here, AMD 64 on all those threads, even that barely registers on the CPU load eventually. I believe I had this here. Actually, I had this limited, you know what? Let's Control-C that shortly. Config X86. I had that limited to only 100 threads because I built 33 ISOs, previous video. Let's quickly parallel that to auto, which is all. Give me 256 threads, which are often not used because, So we also continue deck alpha, which still don't have load, but there is more. We have more things to fix, and that's the amazing stuff, right? How can you, like Intel AMD, if you're watching, if you want to spend documenting and curating open source build, package build recipes here, just some, we are so cheap, just donate us some secure shell to your latest and greatest Epyc and thread-free machines, and we can faster to build errors. Yeah, WebKit GTK, we have to fix this. This fails for architectures, maybe dependencies. There are so many build errors, like even if you work 24/7 and every weekend and every night, you can't even, like, hey, patches welcome, right? We even pay binary euro bug bounty because we need help. So I will probably look later. Famous last words. I mean, I want to release T2 and then WebKit GTK fails. Yay. Well, ironically, I added WebKit GTK to have a Firefox fallback, and now WebKit GTK fails as notoriously as Firefox. And I mean, maybe I should rather package a vintage Firefox version that doesn't need Rust, which, yeah, but then it's vintage and no security. But anyway, but there is more. It's like not only Deck Alpha and testing Python. What will fail with Python 3.12? Leave in the comments below. There is more. There is, I mean, beside what other build errors? So we have ARM. All right, what was this nonsense, by the way? And I mean, we have, so yeah, let's probably split that here and touch. I'm not interested in, so of course I have to fix cargo, right? I fixed it last month. I need to fix it. I need to refix it. What do we need all this compute power for? Open source fixes. Let's skip cargo for now. Who needs cargo for ARM? Big Indian. Anyway, I will fix it later tonight, right? Promise. Shall I subscribe Patreon for all this goodness? So target config ARM version 6 Indian is big. Again, I had this fixed, right? Nothing like the latest cargo update break stuff. What is... I'm not even sure why this fails. I thought this previously did build. Yeah, so this is GCC segmentation faulting. So not only on my local Ryzen, I get illegal instruction, invalid opcode exceptions. I'm not. So this is for sure not. Actually, I think I double checked that. So yeah, I looked into that last night, right? Obviously, I checked some stuff before the YouTube live stream. So this is internal compiler erroring in GCC tree. And now, like, yeah. We want to release T2 and GCC is icing. It's like, it builds for Itanium, but yeah. I will probably, I mean, yeah, I mean, that is, yeah. The problem is like things like this, and that's why I do those YouTube live streams. This takes days or weeks to really fix, right? Even if you are like, I mean, obviously there are very few GCC developers caring for MIPS. So we will do this later. Maybe we somehow review some different optimizations or LTO or whatever, because I'm not spending a week right now, right? If you share, like, subscribe enough, then we do. But before that, we will simply skip over that. Not even sure what is here the error. Here's some hotfix RISC-V. Okay, let's see if it. Sometimes we are so lucky that this builds, then did I deleted that, right? Oh wait, this is somehow, I somehow pressed this wrong. Target. I wanted to do one thing, but that is the thing, right? If you have so many threads, you better, hey, we had quite some loads there. Yay. It's alive. Dave also. Config RISC-V. Was it my config names? I think it probably was, right? I don't have the highest hopes. Most likely we need to rediff that. Why did cargo? Ah, did data? Or maybe data just updated. Okay, we have an AI running, right? Maybe data updated cargo. Because I think I checked the cargo. There's some secure shell latency. It goes to the other side of data updated that. That's what I thought. Yeah, so that's obviously what we double test, right? Our closes also fails. So I need to rediff that. I'm also do this later. I have one other major thing to review. We will do something for real in a moment. Just first I need to get this machine loaded while I have access to this awesomeness. Build RISC-V var ADM. So yeah, we will fix this for real. We had this fixed for real. We will refix it for real, but not to. I'm right now. I didn't have enough coffee today for cargo yet. I need to have. I need to be on a coffee overdose to tackle cargo. Will Rust see? Anyway, we will see. So okay, we have some things going. Let's do one quick look at what other small stuff we have. Oh, by the way, hint, my audio is running. Looking for a way to get involved in open source development, some bounties. Yeah, thanks for that. So as you see, we fix stuff, and the recurring theme, we probably need new merchandise, which you will also find down below. We probably need some sort of can't fix regressions faster than new ones appear upstream. Because upstream loves breaking non-mainstream, which OpenRisk, broken. S490X, broken. Spark, not even sure what is. This might just be old glibc or some. Support could not enable timestamps. Like man pages, they need freaking timestamps for 2030 freaking 8. I will probably, I will see this. I mean, now that 256 threads make rebuilding T2 basically for free. What was it? All right, let's check the target. That was Spark, right? I will probably find a configure knob for that later. But or proto? Oh, this is Python. That's okay. So now this Python stuff breaks. Shit. Which now we need to Python doing Python things. That sucks a bit. Force pip Meson Ninja. Yeah, I'm not super terribly mega impressed with Python. So probably all builds will probably sooner or later fail like that because Recurring reminder: if you update Python to a new major version, you need to redo that probably. So we are which this is still Ninja. Okay, fine. So what I really wanted to do is the usual 10 minutes to set up your get to your cubicle, to your thin client, to your Sun invented chip card based remote access, and keep your cloud-based workflows going for the day, your cloud-based continuous integration. What I really wanted to fix, which will really getting to also this fails. This is actually real. I do that. Leave in the comments below. So the thing is that needs some real engineering in LVM. Previous video last week or so. Spark 64 version 9, 32-bit V8 plus user space. We're getting there. Also set some fails now, whatever. Okay, this also fails. What was that? ARM. Okay, that still fails. It's not like the Rust people would care for ARM. Engine is big. I'm skipping over that because I will refix this later. That's too boring. Did this already. Can't always do the same thing. I will get drunk at night and fix it at home on the couch or something. So, version 6EB. What did here? This is Python. What Python? PyCache. CPython. Yeah, you update your Python and some random shit fails. That was not what we were. This is actually a real Python. Thing. Pro tip, this is all Tmux, right? Previous video someone asked what is it? This is Tmux, the new modern version that previously everyone used GNU Screen. And prefix key, usually Control B, I remapped it to Control A for screen compatibility. Like zooming this right, splitting, horizontal, vertically zooming, prefix bind, key, set, zoom, I believe. Okay, this is just some Python. Why is this 3.11? That's curious. What precisely is that running? So this is only a only that is only a T2. Why does this fail? So this is only T2 saying, you know what, you should not write outside of the sandbox. Anthony asked, do I prefer Tmux over Screen? Yes, the code base is way more modern. It probably has way more features. The only thing, so basically I did not, since I discovered Tmux maybe 3, 4, 5 years ago, since then I've never looked back. The only thing, there's still one thing, I use Screen. So basically I'm not using Screen anymore since 4 plus years. There's one thing I use GNU Screen, and that is connecting using serial ports, or like USB serial adapter things. Tmux doesn't have the functionality, so with Screen you can screen/dev/tty USB 0 and then baud rate 115,200 or whatever. And so Tmux does not have this feature. People ask this. There is, I checked this a year or two ago, there is a open issue or closed issue on Tmux. And basically the author says, not our department, we're not adding this convoluted functionality, which I respect. One tool for one job, sure, I could use other mini-com whatever stuff on this report, but it works, I'm used to it. So for serial port stuff, I use Screen. For every real terminal, whatever stuff, I use Tmux. So if you have a better serial console stuff for Tmux, leave me in the comments below. Not really sure what precise, you know what, I think there's also more Rust failing. And gee, why is this failing? Here's some glib, so that is old Spark. Oh no, this is not old Spark, this is ARM. Oh, this is also some Python shit. No, there's still so much to you update some Python external program. So what I really wanted to do before I started all the build, and now wonder why they all fail, is actually the Clang build, because that also fails entirely. So Clang and Musel, how is this failing? So yeah, they apparently, and that is a thing, right? Anthony agrees that is the reason why they use. So you're saying also Screen on serial ports, right? So a recurring criticism, I said it before, 20 years ago you needed one C compiler and you could build all of your Linux distribution. Now you also need C++, but Rust and Cargo and Python and stuff, right? And so now, like all the exotic stuff, all the non-mainstream stuff fails around Rust and Cargo. Who is surprised? Modern stuff, fast moving, nearly want to say hipster stuff, fast moving hipster stuff, failing every release in other non-mainstream ways. So I guess a lot of beer and wine tonight, and a long all-nighter to get Rust and Cargo to behave. So what I really wanted to do was, here's also something failing. Cool. Failing to apply. So that was a massive patch. I guess we still need most of it. So it looks like, I mean, maybe some changes were made upstream, maybe not. So that was, what was it, Musel, right? X86-64 Musel. The thing is, there's so much failing. As I said, as I was always joking, Epyc and thread warping faster to build errors. Like, yeah, Epyc build errors, right? And of course, it's not the Epyc. This Epyc Bergamo is totally number crunching everything. It's just that stuff is so broken, right? Okay, we still have here for sure so much to my Python update. The thing is, my brain wants to forget all this Python brain damage. This is why I always even forget what it's like. My brain always wants to forget what error-prone stuff is. I mean, why is this still, after so many decades of Python, why is this still so error-prone? What did I even build? Musel. So I actually wanted to fix Clang, but okay, let's first. But that's multitasking, right? It's not my lack of ability to focus. It's just like you get some stuff started, it's failing faster than you get to your main thing, and then you keep fixing some test things and ad hoc things until you get your server fully loaded. Especially like if we would need to pay for the CPU time, like I think we would rent it at Microsoft Azure or Amazon Web Services, we would even like a bill would keep ticking, right? Thankfully this access is thankfully for free, but otherwise, I mean, obviously, I mean, even if you would have it locally, you would have shared out $15,000 for this equipment. You want to keep it loaded, right? And then obviously the finance, either way, if you rent it or buy it, the bill clock is ticking. Um, 10 years ago, Clang couldn't compile some. Clang can still not compile glibc. So Clang can now compile most things, but still not glibc. The last time I checked, compiling glibc with Clang, like the last time I checked 6 months ago, was probably 30, like 20 to 30 patches, probably closer to 30 patches required to patch out GCC GNUisms out of glibc, which is absolutely crazy. Of how many people want to use Clang, probably all of them use Musel, I guess, with Clang. So yeah, it can build most things. There's still some stubborn things, and especially glibc. Previous video, more my channel, free software, GNU, quality, or the lack thereof. So it was Musel. And so the point is of me building all these things is keeping it maintained in T2, right? Of course, every T2 release, some uselibc stuff fails, some vintage stuff fails, and some Musel stuff fails, some Rust stuff fails. So that is just the life as an open source Linux distribution maintainer. So var adm logs error, what's failing here? Core dumped of configure. So it's also some CPython. So do we have CPython? What even? What precisely does it run? So all of the stuff is running something. I mean, one easy thing we probably could. So the thing is only that it probably wants to recompile. Did I do this verbose? I did. It probably wants to pre-compile its modules, and T2 is not happy about this. Outside of the sandbox. We probably should further work on ways to fix that, but one way to probably work around. Oh, this is also totally something. Did this? So this might. My hope is that this has run this Python code, hopefully. Oops, there. Let's see if rerunning it once locally is enough to have this Python bytecode stuff cached. That was Spark, I believe. Yeah, it's in the build ID there. What's going on here? Undefined reference atomic. I regularly wonder that this is not more automated, but somehow it isn't. We have of course a flag for that, L atomic spark. And that is how you, oh, this is still Python cache. So this is how you keep all open source packages compiling one Epyc thread wrapping system at a time. Anthony tried, you probably mean Musel, like Muscle or or Debian. NT2, notice smaller binary sizes. User received new reasons to use over. I mean, Musel is in general more modern code, less features, less algorithms, but with less features, of course, also come less compatibility, right? Why is this stuff here still failing? So, I mean, I think performance-wise, it usually is less performance than glibc because they just have more quirks, hacks, and features. It's just smaller, more modern, probably slightly less, slightly more secure. The reason I don't run it is because I don't want to care. I mean, I tested it multiple times years ago live on YouTube, right? We had live streams here, getting stuff to build 3-4 years ago. It's mostly working. The main reason I'm not using it because I want my stuff working and I don't want to, like if I want to live stream with OBS, I don't want to deal with Qt and OBS. Like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, like missing features and so on. So, but in general, it works in T2. What is with this Python stuff here? Why is this failing? I think this is it an object? Dear Meson logs. That one? What exactly failed here? How does this fail? Could not introspect Python? I thought we had rebuilt that, so something is not particularly super happy with. Not really sure why that happens. Okay, what we wanted to really take a look, probably it's finally time. It's probably finally time to do what we really wanted to do. I mean, yeah, let's do what we really wanted to do, except all those tests. So much to, don't even get this many, with so many build errors, I don't even get this as loaded as I would want. So what I really wanted to take a look at is Clang is also, like a pure Clang-based build is also failing. That's also Target. So, I mean, given that over, maybe I should actually fix this. The reason is all the other builds also break. It's a little bit sad, to be honest. So X82, maybe this never built, I'm not sure. Need to check this later. So this we could also continue to build if we wouldn't have this Python update. Nah. Maybe I should I uninstall Python and rebuild all of it? Meson Ninja set up tools PIP. Let's rebuild that fully. Is that all? That is Python. Oh, it's probably written. Let's rebuild all of that and hope that fixes our Python marginality here. Python setup tools. So the build estimates are a little bit off, right, because these threads do not scale as amazing. I'm not yet sure how I should tackle that. So we have now this new build time estimates, and for all my normal systems from 486 over SG Octanes, UltraSpark and Epyc thread ripping systems, that is quite accurate. Quite. For normal packages, it was quite accurate, but the load distribution of this embarrassingly many threads skew that quite significantly into the wrong direction. So probably, I don't know, we probably need a exponential non-scaling, like open source, embarrassingly single-threaded configure stuff, non-scaling factor. Currently it's linear. Linear obviously doesn't scale enough for that. What else do we have there? Many more comments. Kind of same conclusion came with something that used and got tired of trying to. Yeah, I mean, get and multiply this with my 33 architectures. If you got tired patching something like 25 years later, that is a phase of tired of patching stuff. It's like it's literally breaking faster on an Epyc system than I can literally live patch behind it or skip over it. But for like, if I would have a product like a self-driving car or a space rocket or stuff, I would definitely use it. Like if for like shipping, like if it's not like a full desktop system, and so on, right? So that is, maybe we should simply not build Spark Cargo, but Rust and stuff on vintage Spark to be reviewed. It's not the highest priority today. Does this Python rebuilding fix, like fully uninstalling and rebuilding? Fingers crossed that this fixes some nonsense here. It could also be some libxml modules and whatnot, but it was in encodings. I would think that should be Python based, but nah. So Rust, let's maybe skip over that too for X82 for now. Okay, that didn't fix a thing there yet. Which is unfortunate. Maybe we should grep for encodings. Maybe it doesn't come from... Which freaking file is that even? Okay, all this stuff is Python encoding. What precisely failed there? No, tries to build Spark Rust, thank you very much. 32 wants 32-bit Rust on their Spark station, anyone? So that was, oops, wrong focus. Is this right? No, it isn't. We want ARM, EB, Python. We looked into that. That was, I need to check the. This one here. What is also new? Ah, darn, don't have logs enabled. Nah. I added a new feature after the other live stream. Obviously, I constantly do stuff here. So what is now also new, if you are a T2 user or developer and you fix along stuff at home, ARM version 6 EB, entering the debug environment, T2 will now grab the log for the last run major commands and output them there. You will see this in a second again. So as soon as this fails, we wanted to fix Clang and all we fix is other stuff. So that is new since the other day, since this weekend. So this comment there, so this is because I always, like, if I do something for years, like eventually my patterns, I automate them. So this debug environment script will now, for your convenience, output this so you have precisely to copy and paste what, like, you know what build system, because every package now builds differently. Welcome to 2023. And I each time wonder, is it configure, Meson, CMake and stuff, and now you know. It failed running Meson setup object here. So another amazing feature for our T2 Linux distribution and making T2 developers favorite. I don't get why people love Meson so. Meson logs. So this failed, right? Best without all the quoting and comma. Distutils, no module named distutils. Where is this distutils coming from? Did we not? 2023, you update your Python. Set up tools, so we don't need to understand that, do I? Okay, fine, we let this Python failing stuff so much to, let's quickly test Python, and it fails, yay. I wonder, what that, there is a new setup tools version. Maybe we need that for a new Python, who knows, maybe we need. Let's do a couple of such things. Yeah, that fails, cool. There is also a PIP or pip. And what else? Pip setup Python. Did I do that here? Was this a patch? Plot libdir. Who wouldn't want to fix libdir related thing a gazillionth time? Plot libdir. Plot libdir. Get attribute. Do we have this? Is this the only? A couple of more though. Does this about look like the same? Place. Was it that one? Delete that. ABI flags, yeah, looks about the right places. libdir, something there. So, does that look about? I think there is some trailing point here. So, what was it? Plot fix. It's probably that one here. And let's rename it. That should be named hotfix. So data could theoretically auto-delete that if it's not needed anymore. Yep, and that is unfortunately why for most things not only my local Ryzen 7 FTX builds lots of stuff faster, because we have nearly twice the peak single core boost. But also, unfortunately, the reality is 90% at times I'm just editing stuff. So I don't have the highest confidence that this fixes something, but also big capital sounds here. Sorry for the background noise, it is what it is. What is that here? New version, CMake 51. Board needs this today. Emake, so not only is our long-term schedule to rewrite our build system front-end stuff, right? So in the future, this might be something like T2, like instead of scripts, whatever, it will be T2 install whatever. That is a long-term for maybe next year. But in the short term, we will also further make emerge more interactive. So I don't need to Control-C cancel this. In the future, it will, T2 emerge will probably soon ask, like, this is what I wanted to do. Do you want to really do it? Then we don't need to Control-C so often. So this stuff still fails, which obviously sucks. Some PIP may or may not work. All right, also you. 1 second. So yeah, that sucks a bit, so much to quickly testing some new. So recurring theme, new Perl Python version, of course stuff breaks. Not really sure what's going on there. I gave it way more time than I wanted to be continued, maybe alone. What I really wanted to do was looking into this Clang thing, as I mentioned half an hour ago. Beside all the other breakage here, yeah, thank you very much. So did we check Super H? Is this also internal compiler erroring? Segmentation fault. This MIPS also failed, right? And I checked in welcome everyone. I checked, so not that the CPU bug I discovered, right? Recently we discovered our first ever CPU bug here. Zen4c Kofefe SMT sibling mis-speculation thing. The Zen4c here, it does not appear to be affected either with new microcode or the new rerouted Zen4c compressed or whatever course there. And I checked, not that this MIPS is some whatever system, either software or hardware, the same MIPS GCC ICE internal compiler error occurred on my local Ryzen 7950X, so that looks to be probably a new GCC, because we have a new GCC version, right? Whatever the latest GCC version is, so this needs more guru meditation or real fix. And then we have, so all the other stuff is Python or other must in Rust and whatnot. So the other thing is this one here. Probably we need, so this errored out. I looked briefly last night, but then went to bed, obviously, for obvious sleep recovery reasons. Keep on error. So that's what I really wanted to do, is what's going on with that here. Was it Clang probably? And so that errored out, so this headlib errored out with too many compiler errors, not like compiler error reported is too harsh for configure, perhaps remove W errors. Like, okay, let's take a look. So let's see what's going on there. And again, amazing T2 feature, right? This is how we configured it. So, you know, if someone spends a quarter of a century creating some operating system, some things really start to come together. Really, really love my own scripting here. But who would not be in love with their own code? So, setlib, configure. What's going on here? Config log. No config log. Where did it? Configure log. This is probably, so it's probably custom written, I guess, maybe. Okay, we don't have Clang here for some reason. Why not? So we don't have a compiler at all. That obviously is not helpful. That looks to be a good reason not to build stuff. And then we also need to fix our Python stuff. Anthony is using MIPS. What MIPS are you using though? That would be interesting. Some recent Octeon, or how they are pronounced, some MIPS router, or missing compiler is not good. Yeah, might simply be some naming related thing. All right, it's probably naming related. I probably still had some to do. Cross bin. We probably don't create some symlinks, I guess. What even is, what did we, Clang, right? We probably, I remember somewhere at the top of my head that maybe we had Clang, right, Clang. We probably have creating the symlink still on our to-do, which probably is a good reason why this doesn't work. Probably should do this sooner than later. T2 stuff. What do we have here? GNU? GNU. Ah, here is also, or is there? What? Oh wait, we have GCC. Was this Clang? Maybe it is Clang. Let's see. Let's see if that builds. I probably should check with my. Oh, that built. That is a good reason for not building. Okay, so that was easier than I thought. We should probably make this a very high top level thing of. So fix Clang default CC links or whatever, and also do I have here somewhere? I probably once. I should, like, how many lines do I only have 152 on this machine, but I have another machine. Before the release, I probably should check all, like, grab all builds for stray lib, stray miss installed lib, whatever. Libraries, because sometimes they install into the wrong directory, lib 32 versus whatever. Okay, so we are on a good track. So that is, yeah, I mean, we still need to write some code there though. So this small, you say, routers, are this all like Broadcom things, or is there any, they are all ASUS, okay, so that ASUS, probably some Broadcom or whatever, similar such chip, right? Would love to get some high performance Octeon thing though. So version, assignment, symbol not defined, cool. That's not cool. First time I see that error, I have no idea what. If you want to know everything, then it is, like, if you want to see every exotic build error ever, then compile your own Linux distribution. Let's see if no LTO Clang works around that. It's just a guess. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's something else. But it's also exotic build systems, right? If you custom set up exotic build stuff, then usually it breaks sooner or later with any non-mainstream configuration. I think I searched eBay a couple of times for Octeon gear. No, that's not this only. What is this? What the heck? So I believe I searched eBay for Octeon gear a couple of times, but never. Maybe people don't put it in with Octeon. Maybe I would need to Google for eBay search for product names that have Octeon in. Maybe people are not as attentive to put Octeon into the description. maybe. Although you would think on the CPU processor they would put that, but maybe they don't. All this stuff is just so rare and non-mainstream that it's simply mostly not on eBay. Actually, ironically, we had commercial Octeon users of T2. Maybe I should actually, like a decade later, maybe I should ping them if they have spare gear somewhere in their basement. Nothing like supporting, like nothing like the main developer a decade later has this gear finally. What's freaking... what? Error adding symbol? What the heck? Can't make this stuff up. Maybe this has Clang bytecode and LVM bytecode. I don't even remember this. Although to be fair, the setlib version is a new version. It was 1.2. I saw. I'm pretty sure it built the last time I built this a month ago was 1.2. So probably it's stored bytecode in there or other such shenanigans. One setlib, let's rebuild that. Fingers crossed that it may or may not fix something. And then you would want to get their hands on MIPS workstations. With that, you mean SG-Octane? So this probably setlib probably. So that is the thing with static libraries, right? Also, probably LVM. There's always, what is it even, Clang? Why would that not build? CMake will be able to correctly generate this project. What even freaking this? Also really build arrows from hell to be. I'm really underpaid to cope with such build errors on a daily basis, to be honest. This is really below. We need Clang++. That is okay, fine, fair enough. So I should really soon. The thing is, I tried to do that. That was a little bit tricky. The shellcode was a little bit. This is why I need to tackle that when. Like with some fresh coffee, like, okay, I should, pro tip, start your build and then get a coffee or have an assistant to get your coffee CD cross bin. Although I would also say some would consider it misuse of asking assistants to make you coffee. Clang++. X86, T2, Clang++. Let's see if that fixes a thing. Should we do this? Should we be more clever and do that verbose? This also failed. Found, what's here? Python components, found Python, slip C++ version, at least 7.4. Don't quite remember. Was this a... I don't even remember how I had that set up. Internal build all for Clang. What did I set up here? Apparently nothing special. You know what? Maybe this is not what I want. I think I recently cleaned this up, so maybe that is a regression. Hey, I caused a regression. I think I recently cleaned this up of, actually I should double check that, of not like automatically selecting the compiler. And so that is currently a dual GCC Clang build, was just with Clang by default, due to building glibc config. So that is a Clang everything except glibc, if I recall correctly. Config Clang, and probably GCC is not getting selected anymore. That is clever. GCC and everything. Oh no, it is selected. Okay, then this shouldn't be the issue. Did we build? Build Clang. Or no, one GCC build. Okay, then I did not cause a regression. You know, what is the issue? We at this point maybe at this point we don't have which language are the following language will be built. C other target lib FFI. Do we have standard C? Couple of tiny little patches. No, we have a cross compiler, so no, we should have installed that. Yeah, we have all the objects. Okay, then it is probably a Clang regression. Clang 17 or what we are at. I need coffee. There should be at least some treat for fixing all this nonsense. So I guess they changed something, like LVM Clang upstream changed something that changed here the standard CXX selection. Although we have, or this is some Python stuff not working. So something is failing, obviously. Recurring theme, right? Story of my lifetime. Probably should write a book, Epyc, thread ripping faster to build errors, and what did I just say? Story of my lifetime, build errors. Something is failing. So that probably is it. So yeah, pro tip for your business plan and investments. Pre-test everything on your Epyc thread ripping Ryzen workstation, and when that works, then embarrassingly parallel migrate it to your Epyc thread ripping server, because otherwise it will be mostly idling and waiting for your commands. So what does it not find there anymore? So that was this we run CMake, so that is Oh gosh, in which freaking file is it an object here? So yeah, that is the problem, right? 24 sucking build systems, and where was now the freaking log? Maybe as something intuitive as object here. CMake files, probably here was some. What? CMake configure log YAML? Maybe this one? What does it freaking do here? Try compile? iOS forward not found? Alright, maybe there was something. Was there also a symlink needed? Oh shit, so many quirks needed for all this nonsense. I believe I hotfixed that. Ah shit. So yeah, I guess there is no better time than now to finally script. And ironically, a year ago, someone on YouTube was seriously fighting with me. Someone really, I don't know what's wrong with all those people. Do they read too much TikTok, too much Instagram, too much failing shitter site now renamed to X? Because someone was fighting, no kidding, you can find this probably somewhere in the comments from last year ago. Someone was really seriously discussing with me, or trying to discuss and arguing that automation is bad. Like, automation is bad. Someone was seriously arguing automation leads to more errors. It's like, no freaking, like if you, I try to automate everything, and then there's always this small thing I sometimes quirk over the build because it's just so obscure, annoying stuff. And like everything that's like what automated works and what involves, like, you build compiler not found, like we don't have a symlink, right? It continues to build and then it fails, like it's like another symlink not there, right? Also, did I not maybe script that? Do I really have that seriously on my to-do? Like basically, yeah, whatever is not automated will fail. Whatever requires human intervention will fail. Or, I mean, obviously, whatever requires human interaction, you need to do each time, and each time you do it, there will be a typo. The trials and tribulations of maintaining a GNU Linux distribution for 21st, like for a quarter of a freaking century. It's absolutely mind-blowing amount of time. A lot of other Linux distributions were created and deleted and abandoned while that. So to find that, we could test that with X86, T2, Linux, because even I don't, it's probably toolchain, Clang, libdir, Clang, whatever version, C++, but let's, the problem is also with scripting that it's like, it's needed in this configuration, but not that, but it's like you need it if you build with, like, there's so many combinations, right? GCC default, Clang default, lib standard C++ default, lib CXX default, it's like, yeah, so many choices, and yeah, I need to do it though. So let's try what happens if we misarchive hello world CXX. Yeah, so let's strace that. Where does it want that? Strace your friend and helper. Your friend and help. Strace f e open at add this, whatever. So here is some user in toolchain cross. Yeah, here in, so that probably cross lib Clang. Did I see that? I probably said that. So X86 Clang toolchain Did I copy that? Cross lib. Wait, but this is also... wait, this is also strange. I thought it should be C++ though. Did I actually? I should have... Maybe this was already some fallback. Probably searched at other GBC hardware GCC very even binlib whatever music binlib. Why is it it's searching through all the freaking, like, why is it even freaking searching for all this nonsense? No, it's only searching. So lib Clang 17 include IO stream. These are a little bit strange directories. It should be somewhere C++. Maybe it did that. So the thing is, did we had open at, does it, stat, x or whatever. Did it maybe stat? So yeah, that, do we have a, it's not very helpful, is it? The thing is, we cannot link all those files in there. That is too convoluted. I mean, I YOLO things, but there's a limit of how crappy I YOLO things. Does it have Clang search path? Can we have, does it do that? Oops. All right, maybe it does so with. No, it doesn't. It does something here. Select multilib and friends and stuff. I mean, I could try to place a C++ link in there. In the first glance. Install there. Candidate GCC installation. I really hate that stuff. So this is, yeah, also, when was LVM even? Is this also already 20 years old? Like 20 years later, the search path nonsense is still clusterfuck. Initial release 20 years ago. Hey, 20 years ago. How time flies. Did I estimate 20 years? What did I just say? That is annoying. Let's use the second Tmux. Oh, stuff also failed. Cool. Oh, this is just Python. Okay, so all the other Python stuff. Did this Python stuff fix? Does this continue? Just. Did this fix something yet? So all the other alpha stuff. Okay, this still fails. Whatever. Clang. And let's just trial if it works without us instantly seeing that in the S-trace. Cross lib Clang include. Was it not C++ here? Let's see what happens. Symbolic. Is this the right directory? I mean, I could, what was that you learn something? Was it relative? Okay. Link, symbolic, relative verbose, then we can use user source. I mean, it doesn't really matter too much, but X86 Clang, user include. So is it here? Here, yeah, here's something. I mean, either this one, I'm just not sure if this will work. Okay, this does not work. Then, so scripting that is a bit of a pain because maybe we need, what did we there? Is that all? That are all. Maybe that to C++. Did I had? Cannot override. So you should oops. Something of that sort is probably required. Except that it doesn't work. So this did not really help yet. I should have automated this long ago. Although automating that long ago would not help now if they broke something in latest Clang. I mean, I could like strace all, like not filter stuff. Open at misc archive. So it does Clang include, Clang, what is the difference there? Local include, I'm pretty sure this somehow worked previously. I'm really getting really disappointed of all this breakage. There is a really limit of how often I should quirk that for a new LVM release. So super is the most efficient printing of stuff 2023. Let's obviously print each character in single quantities because reasons. Yeah, that really sucks. I mean, we probably, like if we wouldn't, like for a test, how much would build, we could probably link everything here. It's obviously not pretty, but does it build? Maybe we need to patch that into bits config. Thank you very much. Did we not? Bits, or is the bit somewhere else? Probably somewhere else. Another bits. Okay, that does not work like that. So that sucks a bit. Really, so yeah, you want to release a Linux version and then some, like, yeah, obviously it's my own fault of wanting to support everything, and then we, instead of fixing everything once, fixing everything 33 times, multiplied by 33 different build variant things. Yeah, that's unfortunate. What I probably should do, given I have so many processing cores at hand, what I in general often do, even on my Ryzen, I mean, obviously I should actually build it on my Ryzen. Do I have this built around? Probably not. Go here to my cleaner T2 and what I then usually do is selectively revert stuff to LVM 1606. And then t2 config Clang config that, or yeah. And see that obviously it actually builds even faster locally due to higher single core boost, and actually more storage, RAID 0, dual NVMe. So that would be a test. Actually, do I have a, yeah, I have to download some link here of downloads. So that would be a test. Did it actually build with the previous LVM version? As usual, let's quickly fix some things and 1 hour later. So basically, thanks for watching, sharing, liking, and subscribing. I hope you enjoyed to learn something. I have some other stuff to continue with. So basically that was my open source hour for today. Of course, the builds will continue and the fixes too. As always, leave in the comments below what you want to see more. Do you want to see more of even more LVM Clang fixing? Should I live stream everything, or more curated single topics? Have a good day or night, and I hope to see you soon for all the continuation of this to come.